सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Today we'll go over a little bit of the Bhashya where we are studying of this portion. Some of it will be a repetition, but our mind is always fresh. Means what? Would have forgotten. So, doesn't matter. And then I think what would be useful if we had time today is to go over the 7 reasons given for Brahma Astitvam. What is Astitvam? Existence. So 7 reasons are given, and it's kind of difficult to talk about as in one place because it's spread over right from tasmad va etasmad akashas sambhutah. The first reason is over there, and that was many weeks ago, but it's like a continuing thing. And why are these reasons, the 7 shastric reasons given by Adi Shankara to talk about the existence of Brahman, why are they important? They are important because of 2 reasons. One is, it is contextually, it is illumining the answer to the question, Brahma asti nava. Does Brahman exist or not? Who asked this question? Yeah, wrong. The student. The student asked the question. No Purva Pakshi. Poor Purva Pakshi has become the whipping boy. Yeah. Or koi nahi mila, nobody else was there, so just catch hold of Purva Pakshi in every situation. The student. Athato nu prashnaha uta vidvan amullokam pretya kaschana gacchati. That and 3 is aho vidvan amullokam pretya kaschit samashnuta. Those questions. Yeah. Ah, exactly. See, now once you get started, you are on a roll. You are on a roll. That's great. So that those two questions, but again the plural is used. Remember, then we had to see whether there were 3 questions. There should be at least 3, but then we decided there were 4 questions. And then Brahma Asti Nava, meaning does the Vidwan go to Brahman or not? Does the Avidwan go to Avidwan, means the one who doesn't know the self. Do they reach Brahman or not? All these things. That the answer to these set of 4 questions has brought out what is this called Anupravesha Shruti. Okay. So we will begin here with the Bhashya, so you can get an idea of how we go about it. And in any case, Sakshat Swamiji is covering everything, but still, just to go line by line, word by word, there is a certain swarasya, there is a certain nice, it's very nice and thorough to do that. So we'll do that a little bit, and if there's time, we will look at these 7 reasons. And these 7 reasons are important, as I said, for 2 things. One is to answer these questions, and the second thing is to look at the existence of Brahman from the standpoint of the Vyavaharika Srishti. From the standpoint of the Vyavaharika, from the standpoint of the manifest universe. Because see, if the manifest universe is not there, meaning if I did not have a body, then what would I be? Brahman already. Even now, what am I? Brahman. But still, because of the body, the mind and the senses, this sanghata, this put together assemblage, and the Brahmans, quote unquote, okay, don't take it literally, quote unquote, sitting in the assemblage is missed. Why is it missed? It is myself alone. So it is missed. And if so, the manifest universe with the attribute, or which has the attribute of Bahubhavanam means becoming many. It has this attribute of manifoldness, and this attribute of manifoldness makes it very difficult to understand myself as Brahman, because one is naturally distracted by so many things. But here it is, so this is one thing. Second thing is, if Brahman were not manifest as many, we would not be having this discussion, because the Upanishad would not be separate from me, and then there would be no you, there would be no me, and it would all be just one swimmy Ananda, okay, limitless Ananda. That is all that it would be. But the reason we are having this conversation is because of this manifestation. And so in the Vyavaharika alone, and in this body alone, Brahman can be understood. In this body means human body with the free will. So therefore, this section becomes very important, and these 7 hetus, the reasons why Brahman exists, also become extremely important. Bhashya. Let's just see where we are. Here. Asti nasti iti anuprashnaha prakritaha. Prakritaha means in the context. Asti nasti iti means whether Brahman exists. Asti nasti, Brahman is. Asti, Brahman is not. Nasti, asti nasti iti. Iti means in this manner. Asti nasti iti anuprashnaha. Anuprashnaha means the questions, not Purva Paksha here. Questions by the invisible students, because we are not introduced to them. We have just suddenly come upon them. Till now they were completely silent and they listened very well. And suddenly they spoke up because they did not understand. So Anu here means not in keeping with the teaching. Anu Paschat. After the teaching was complete, the students, belted out these 4 questions, and then iti anuprashnaha prakritaha means these questions have been set forth. Tasya prativachana vishaye etad uktam. Prativachana means in response to them. In response to this question, this anuprashna, what was the anuprashna? Asti nasti. So this asti nasti anuprashna has brought about this prativachana. Prativachana words, prativachana response, reply. The reply in keeping with the question. So that is important. Prativachana means response. It's not like I ask you a question. What is the time? So instead of telling me the time, you say, it is raining outside. Okay? That is not prativachana. Prativachana means in keeping with the question, whatever response comes. So that is called prativachana. So prativachana vishaye, in the subject matter of this response, etad uktam. This was already said. This is a, what is that? Summation of what has gone by. What was said? Saha akamayat ... bahusyam prajayeya iti. This being, Ishvara, desired, and then what was the desire? Then I want to be many, etc. Iti, in this manner, this was a response. And it's a very interesting way of answering the question. It looks like the answer has nothing to do with the question. Just like me saying, what is the time? And somebody responding, it is raining outside. There is no connection. But here also it looks like it's that kind of a no connection. But Adi Shankara, very compassionately and kindly for us, is building the bridge of the connection by saying that this Anupravesha Shruti has come in response to the question whether Brahman is or not. And who is asking the question? The student who doesn't know I am Brahman. Correct? That is the person asking. So then for that student, a very ingenious answer that Acharya has come up with. And what is that ingenious answer? It's very brilliant really, that this being desired, this being created, this being not only created but entered every aspect of the creation, that which has form, that which doesn't have form, that which is in one place, non-moving, that which is moving, that which is sentient, that which is insentient, everything. Not only did it enter everything, quote unquote, it became everything, as it were. Very ingenious answer. Why? Because if it became everything, then that means it became you. The questioner also. Became means within apostrophes, we have to say. So it became you also, if it became everything. And then, saha means Ishvaraha, saha yatha kamam cha akashadi karyam satyadi lakshanam srishtva tad anupravishya. So, saha, this Ishvara, yatha kamam, this is a kind of a samasa, like not to be confused with your parties. What you have? Samosa, not that, okay? Yeah. Another time that, not now. Now it is compound, samasa. So it's a kind of a avyayi bhava samasa, because it becomes you get an indeclinable thing at the end. Yatha kamam. Kamam anatikramya. This is how it is. What is that? The disbanding of the samasa, the untangling of the samasa. There is a word for it, but resolution. The resolution of the samasa is like this. So, yatha kamam means in accordance with the desire. And what was the desire? May I become many. That's the desire. So, yatha kamam means anatikramya kamam, meaning not crossing the desire. So, if the desire is to become many, Brahman did not sit and have a cup of chai. Okay, let me make chai. No, because that was not in keeping with the desire. What was the desire? May I become many. And so, in keeping with that desire, and again we have seen in detail, I don't want to repeat it, Swamiji has beautifully explained, and we have also seen in other contexts, what is that the desire does not come from Ishvara. Where does the desire come from? You. Okay, it comes from all the jivas clamoring for a body. Why do I need a body?
To fulfill desires.
To experience. If one is hanging around like a disembodied preta, preta is a very interesting word. From in gatau, second conjugation. The past passive participle of which is itaha, gone. So supposing somebody says, where is this person? Itaha, they have gone. Meaning they are walking on the Ganga, they have gone out somewhere, they've gone to the market, whatever it is. That means what? They'll come back. But you add a pra plus itaha. What does it become? Preta, according to Sandhi. Pra, when you add, means forcefully they have been ejected, meaning there is no coming back. So all disembodied beings are called preta, not coming back. So, if one is a disembodied being, but still the desires have gone, how have the desires travelled? Through the plane called Sukshma Sharira. The subtle body is the plane that carries the desires. Here is one place where you don't have to worry about excess baggage at all. You can take as many suitcases full of desire. Oh, I have one more suitcase, I forgot. Bring it on. How much will it cost? Nothing. Free. And all these desires are riding, and this preta is saying, I want to be born, I want hands, I want legs, I want a mind, I want a heart, I want the organ of speech, organ of taste, organ of sight, I want all these things, I want to experience. Even in the Buddhist, which is of course an offshoot of the Hindu Dharma, they also believe very similar. There's one Tibetan book of death and dying. Anybody's read it? Yeah. There, all these pretas, they love marriages. wedding ceremonies. Yeah. Are you my mommy? Are you going to be my daddy? Because they want to be born. So they follow the wedding party. And then if other pretas come, they say, no, this one's going to be my mommy. Get away. They fight with one another. This much is the urgency to fulfill the desire. Each and every desire is pressing so much, it is clamoring. The desire makes it urgently want a body. And what does Ishvara say? Tathastu. Then the jivas say, we are sick of all this. Many million years later, we are sick of all this. We want in. Tathastu, pralaya takes place. So Ishvara's desires here are not Ishvara's desires. They are in keeping with jivas' urgent clamoring for a body to experience karma phalas. The karma phalas of the jivas wake up because they have been asleep till now. They wake up, they rub their eyes and demand coffee, meaning they want to get going. Alright, and so in keeping with those desires, what happens? Akashadi karyam satyadi lakshanam srishtva. So, having created Akashadi karyam, so Akashadi karyam means starting with Akasha. So if you say Akasha what, and Adi, what else is included? List, yes. Prithvi, yes. It should be in the same thing. Like if I say hat, coat, then you have to say umbrella, shoes. Okay, because all these are outerwear. So if I say hat, coat, you can't then say apple and grapes. Okay, that is not there. So it is in the same flow. Akasha adihi yasya. Akasha is at the top of which list? Then you have to make the list. Correct? So Akasha ashadi karyam srishtva satyadi lakshanam. And what is this Akasha? Sat. It is all Satyam. It's non-separate from Satyam. This we have already seen. So, Srishtva tat anupravishya, having created and as though entered everything, then what? Pashyan shrinvan manmanah vijanan bahu bhavat. Then it has bahu abhavat, bahva bhavat. It has become many, quote unquote, become many. How has it become many? How do I know it has become many? One obvious answer is to say, look around you. There are so many things. There is Ganga river, there is Vayu, there is Agni, there is all these things. There are so many other people. This way I know it has become many. No, you don't. Because even if you see the outside world, the Jagat, quote unquote, outside, because the Jagat starts with the body, mind, sense complex, but we forget that. We look at the Jagat outside. So even if you look outside of you and say all these things are there, therefore Brahman has become many, you are only saying this because you've been here for the last 5 months. If for someone who has not been in the ashram, who has not understood this, they will never say it has become many. They will say, you are you, I am me. And right now I don't like you. Okay, so this is what they are going to say. They will not have that ekatva darshanam. Even conceptually, that oneness vision, they will not even entertain because it is so far out, because they are completely alienated from Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Other Jivas, Jagat and Ishvara, there is no understanding at all. And so, so we have to have a foolproof understanding of how it has become many. And this analysis, the analysis in Sanskrit is called Mimamsa. Why? Because it's all about me. Okay, yeah. Me. That's what Vedanta is about. That's why it's so popular. Because it's about me. Who doesn't want anything to know about me? No one. Even if a stranger says, come, I'll tell you something about you. Oh, what do you see? Somebody you have never met. Oh, did you have this? Do you have these tendencies? No, I think you must be a little psychic. How do you know? And who is telling you this, that you are psychic? A sidekick. Okay? Yeah. Some sidekick on the road is coming and telling you, you are psychic. Immediately, how did you know? Tell me more. If you are psychic, you should only understand. But no, I want to know from somebody else. Yeah. This is not just in India, where anybody we will show our palm, anybody on the roadside. In America also, we have every time, even in the middle of nowhere, you're driving from one place to another, and then there's this lights on a window, psychic. No appointment needed, meaning there are no customers. Okay, you can walk in any time. So, yeah, always free to make up something and tell. So here, so you can't look at the outside and say Brahman has become many, because where is the proof? There is no proof. And if you say Shastra Pramana, they will just say, what is wrong with you? What are they feeding you in the ashram? Because you're not talking properly. You're weird. You were always slightly weird. And then that's why we allowed you to go, thinking that you will come back a little less weird. But now you have become more weird. Yes. And so you're not making any sense. So therefore we need a full proof, ironically, for that which doesn't need any proof, which is the self-evident I. Does the self-evident I need proof? No. But here we are using that Atma, which is the self-evident self, the Swatas Siddha Atma, we are using the Swatas Siddhatvam, the self-evidentness. That's not a word, but now it is. The self-evidenthood of the self-evidence of the I, we are using it to establish Brahman shastrically through lived experiences, because those cannot be denied. You can't say, okay, the mountains and the river and the air are all one. They will look at you as like, what's wrong with you? But here, this is an internal experience that is being analyzed very beautifully. Not even analyzed, it's being pointed out. And Adi Shankara says, Pashyan. Pashyan means what? Eating. Seeing. Okay, yeah, good. So, Pashyan. Pashyan, now I lost this. Where is it? Shrinvan, okay, but where it is? That's what I'm singing, yeah. Here. Satyadi Lakshanam Srishtva Tad Anupravishya Pashyan Shrinvan. Pashyan, seeing. Shrinvan, hearing. Yeah, Manvan you cannot say. Manvanaha. Yeah, Manvanaha means thinking. Vijanan, knowing. Bahu Abhavat. So how did it become many? Forget the mountains and other people, especially, if you start looking at other people, half of them will be annoying, some days more than half. So then instead of getting annoyed, look within. You'll always be in a happy place. Yeah. Look within and you see the manyness. The manyness of Brahman is there in every cognition. Pratiti. Pratiti means cognition. Pratyaya also means cognition in Vedantic texts. In grammar, pratyaya means suffix. Okay? Yeah. We have to fix that in our head. Yeah. So here pratyaya, pratiti means cognition. And a series of cognition has been given by Adi Shankara. And these series of cognitions are what? Pashyan, Shrinvan, everyday activities, unconscious activities. Do you know that you are seeing? Most of the time you don't know you are seeing. Do you know you are hearing? No. Hearing is just taking place and it's just there. That goes to show that really we are, even though we think we are operating the means of knowledge called Pratyaksha Pramana, it is operating on its own. We are not doing anything. Because if I had a choice to only see what I wanted, then I would not be witnessing uncomfortable situations and bad things like accidents, etc. Who wants to see two cars collide? Nobody. But we end up seeing it. Who wants to smell rotten things? Nobody. But then you just pass through some cul-de-sac and it is there. And so therefore, we are not seeing happens, hearing happens, and then thinking also happens. Knowing happens. So these are all the operations of the pramanas that are there leading to various cognitions. And now, Pashyan, Shrinvan, Manvanaha, Vijanan, are all in present continuous participle. Present participle meaning it's happening now, 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 now. That means it is you're experiencing it constantly. Even now, as the Swami speaks and the student hears, there is something happening. Now, there is a cognition that is taking place. So now it is all in Shatra and Shanach. These are present participle. So Shatru is just at. The R goes away, the Sh goes away. It's just at. Pashyat. And then it becomes Pashyan, Pashyantau, Pashyantah. Okay? And then in masculine. In feminine, Pashyati. Like Nadi. Nadi it will decline. So then Shrinvan, same thing. Hearing. Why not Manvan? Because in Atmanepada, Ana is the thing. Manvana. So, ana meaning thinking. So here there is Bahu Bhavanam within every cognition. In every cognition, this Bahu Bhavanam is recognized because I am not an unvariegated Chidananda Atma.
You're making more?
So there is, I'm not
Go ahead, rinse them out.
meaning there is what? There is a variegation.
Rinse them, clean them.
Yeah, please mute yourself wherever you are. There is a variegation happening. Variegation means that there is some kind of a change. Not really a change. An as though change. And what is the as though change? Now I am a thinker. After a long time, I had one thought. Okay, now I am a thinker. And now suddenly there was something wonderful to see. What did the thinker turn into? Seer. And then the seer said, now there are some nice temple bells. Now I have become what? Hearer. All right. Then, how do I know they are temple bells? I know because of previous experience. I know that yesterday also it rang. What was it? Temple bells. Today also it is ringing. What is it? Temple bells. So now I know that this is what it is. So, seer, hearer, thinker, knower. Each time this role morphs, in this morphing, time has changed. Half an hour late, lunch? Yeah? Okay, all right, yeah. You will survive? Okay, all right. So the seer, hearer, thinker, knower, this morphing happens unplanned and effortless. So much so that there is not even the cognition of the change that has taken place. First, I am not a seer, someone who is picking up the smells of what? Jalebis, okay? And so someone who is the smelling don't say smelling person because that has a different meaning. A person who is, you have to be careful when we talk, Yeah. So someone, you don't say smelling person, okay? Someone who is picking up the smells. Now I'm operating the olfactory nerves and then suddenly I have become what? Seer. First I smell the jalebis and then I actually see them. After seeing them, it's just one more step to seizing them. Okay, yeah. Taking them and then Priya Moda, Pramoda ensues. All right. So this way, it has almost like become a seamless, in fact, a mindless operation. Adi Shankara is going to pay close attention to this morphing. Because the morphing is happening when? In time. Right? The morphing, we think, is happening in time. But what is that time? Now. That's why it is the present continuous participle. The present participle because it's happening now. Now I see. I see. Okay. No, I'm hearing. No, I'm thinking. No, now I know. I'm a knowing person. So this all is happening. When is it happening? Now, 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 now. That now is I, Atma, Brahman. And this seeing, hearing, thinking, knowing, and all the other INGs, ing. What is that? Is that Atma or Anatma? Is that Brahman or Abrahman? Huh? Brahman. That's also Brahman. That is Bahu Brahman. This is Ekam Brahman. That is Mithya. This is Satyam. So this one non-dual Brahman is as though is very, very important to put here, otherwise we lose the whole thing. Is as though morphing into seer, as though hearer, as though thinker, knower, eater, drinker, father, mother, everything that ends in ER. In English, the substantive is beginning and the suffix comes and goes. Trich. But in Vedanta, in the language, the ER or the thr in Sanskritam is the suffix. ER, eater, drinker, hearer, seer, complainer. That's also important, yeah. So, this is, this ER, we think is a small suffix that comes and goes. But actually, the ER is the Atma. The substantive word comes and goes. That ER is constant, the ER is Satchidananda Lakshana, and the ER is I, and the ER is always now. Now hearer, now seer, always now. Now thinker, now knower. Now I am ignorant. Of what? Of Chinese language. So this morphing is called Vishesha. The Vishesha Anubhava, the specific manifestation within of this manyness. In sleep, what happens in sleep? Where is the thinker? Where is the hearer? Where is the seer? Where is the troublemaker? All gone. Whether the sleep comes in Vedanta class or at night, doesn't matter. But in sleep, everything resolves. All that is there is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam without anything. And that also is what? Now. For the sleeping person is always now. When did you wake up? Just now. So, now. And so now, that is Brahman. What kind of Brahman? Ekam, Advitiyam, you can't say unmanifest, non-variegated. Non-variegated Brahman, just like in sleep. And then, what do we find during the waking state? A variegated form of that same Brahman, as though morphed into hearer, seer, thinker, etc. Eater, drinker, all these roles and these things. Very beautiful. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in Maitreyi Brahmana, where the famous dialogue between Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi takes place, sage Yajnavalkya says, Ud aham yasyan, I'm off. What? What do you mean you're off? You're going to a cafe? No, I'm really off. Ud aham yasyan, I'm pushing off from here. You suppose he's going to go lead a life as a sannyasi, going to the forest. You're supposed to take the permission of 3 entities. Just in case. This is sannyasa trivia. Okay, if people are having ideas. So the first person you have to take permission from is the spouse. They'll never give permission, but you're supposed to take. Okay. And then the second person is the mother, not father. Mother. Because she has sacrificed so much. She kept this body inside herself for 9 months, went through travails, and each time clothed the baby, took care of the baby, fed the baby, and then cared for it during all kinds of crises, educated it, brought this body, mind, sense up, and made it independent enough to say, I'm leaving you. So you have to get the mother's permission. And then you have to get the permission if there is a minor child that is depending upon you. So here we don't know anything about Yajnavalkya, sage's mother, or dependent children, but the wife was there. And then, in fact, he had 2 wives, Maitreyi and Katyayani. Somebody said that's why he wanted to take sannyasa. But that is not correct. That is not correct. Because we don't even know what happened to the other wife. He must have also asked her and she would have said perhaps good riddance. We don't know. But here, Maitreyi and he were on the same wavelength. And he says to her, I'm leaving. I want to go. And then she says, wait a minute, and he says, you'll be rich. I have lots of land, cattle, wealth, everything. I have divided it up between you and the other wife, Katyayani. You will live like queens. No problem, I'm off. And she just says, wait a minute. All this that you're leaving me for, will I get? All this that you have left me, will I get through this money? He's being an honest man, he says no. Then she says, since I am your wife, I'm entitled to half of everything you have. You yourself said, this knowledge is whole, cannot be halved. You have to give me the whole knowledge. In fact, I want to come with you. You can't just leave me and go like this. So then he sits, he's so thrilled. He never thought. He had taken her for granted. Sureshwara Charya, one of the direct disciples of Adi Shankara, writes a Vartika, a commentary in verse. Vartika, he writes on the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, this particular dialogue, which is very nice. He fills in the blanks. Yeah. Ukta nukta duruktam. So what is the Vartika supposed to do? It's supposed to shine the light on what is said in the Upanishad. What is not said, it is supposed to bring out. And what is wrongly said, not that the Upanishad will say wrongly, but vaguely said, it has to correct. And Sureshwara Charya does all these things very, very well. And then he says, very brilliantly he says, what does he say? He says that you have surpassed me. Yeah, I thought you were the coffee bringer. I thought you were the cook. And yes, you were a learned lady. So I thought, you're just transcribing my talks and you're just translating things in here and helping me with this. But I never did I imagine that you would be interested in this knowledge. And he teaches her. And in this teaching, towards the end, after all this Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati, all this is there. Towards the end, he gives a series of examples about this very topic that we are talking about. He gives the example of many things, but we'll take 2 things which are very nice. One is a stringed, fretted instrument called veena, ancient instrument, Rudra veena. So in this veena, there is these notes. The sa, re, ga, ma, all these notes will be there. And then there is a general sound. So the general sound, and then there is the particular sound. In the drum also, dha dhin dhin na dhin dhin na, dha dhin dhin na dhin dhin na, specific sounds. But then when you keep playing that, you find you are lost in that general sound. You become one with the general sound, and then you can appreciate the particular sounds. Same thing in the music. You get lost in the general, and then when you identify with the general, then you can appreciate the particular. He also gives the people who make conch shell music. Here we just blow however we like. But then people make music. In the temple we just blow however we want. But people make music with that, with the conch shell. Flute, same thing. So there is a general sound and then there is this particular sound. Very beautifully, the Upanishad uses this example, which is very perceived. Everybody has experienced this, to show how the general awareness it leads us. I, as the general awareness, leads one to appreciate the particular manifestation of the awareness as hearer, seer, thinker, without any time lapse, in real time, which is timeless. Real time means no time. It's happening now. That's why the present continuous is used everywhere. The present participle is used to show that there is really no time, because the time and space are still happening. As we speak, the time and space are collapsing as possibilities. So this nada, the general sound in which one can, get lost. Why does one get lost in the general sound? Because it resonates with that undifferentiated I. That undifferentiated I really relates to that general sound, and from that space I can witness, or rather I can appreciate the particular sounds. Whether it's in a conch shell or a flute or a stringed instrument. Very beautiful. So the particular sounds cannot be appreciated without the existence of this general sound, even in the drum. So here too, the particular cognitions, the pratiti of myself as seer, hearer, thinker, knower, eater, drinker cannot be appreciated without the general awareness. What is the awareness? I am, I know, I am now. Now I am. That is also, that is also recognized how? That awareness is also recognized as a vritti. A vritti that is lit up by consciousness. The vritti becomes sentient, it shines in a borrowed light, it is lit up by that same consciousness. That I am, the fact of I am lights up the I am thought. Very beautiful. Shines the light on the I am thought, and the I am thought shines, and then I am now hearing, now seeing, now eating, now drinking. And here what is constant? Now. So the thinker is a superimposition, as it were, upon that Atma which is free from all superimpositions. The seer is an as though superimposition upon the I which is free of that particular superimposition. Same thing we can say, eater, drinker, etc. We can fill in the blanks. So in every cognition, there are two components. The general shine, like the general sound of the drum, and the particular sound of the particular notes of the drum. So in the same way, within the Antahkarana also, there are two components in every pratiti, every cognition. One is seer, thinker, hearer. One is the status of the knower taking on various roles. Seer, hearer, thinker, knower, pramata, jnata, karta, bhokta, all these things. And the other one is the one that just simply shines the light on it without being that. So there is the thinker, and which is there is the object of the thought. Supposing I'm looking at this book, okay? So the book is what? The object. What am I? Subject. So this is the Triputi. Object, subject, and means of knowing. This is what is the tripod. And the tripod is Bahubhavanam within. Very beautiful. This is so profound. The tripod is the manyness within. This is how you know Brahman has quote unquote become many. See, you don't have to look around. When you look outside, you don't see that. Where is Brahman? You never see Brahman. But here it's undeniably I, because I am that which is shining the light on the thinker. I'm aware of myself as the thinker of what? This book. And then I am looking at this book I'm reading this book, I'm consuming this book. Book becomes the object of thought. I am the subject, and between the subject and the object, the setu, the bridge, is the way of knowing. Here, since it has form, it will be the eyes. So then it's the same Atma that shines as the knower, that shines as the object, and that shines as the means of knowledge. This is Bahubhavanam. But the Atma is free of either being the knower or being the known or being the means of knowledge, meaning it is I limitless. Limitless sentience, limitless consciousness. That's what it is. Okay. So then, tad anupravishya vijanan bahu bhavat, bahu abhavat. Tasmat tadeva idam akashadi karanam karyastham parame vyomni hridaya guhayam nihitam tat pratyaya avabhasa visheshena उपलभ्यमानम् अस्ति इति एवं विजानीयात् इति युक्तं भवति. Iti yuktam bhavati. Thus it is deemed proper. He is concluding this section. It is deemed proper. Deemed proper to do what? It is deemed proper. Therefore, yuktam bhavati. It is proper. What is proper? It says that tasmat. Therefore, it is proper. Tadeva. That Brahman alone, which is what? Idam akashadi karanam. That which is the cause of the five elements. Karyastham. Which has now is present in the form of the objects. And where is it recognized? Where are the objects recognized? Parame vyomni, in the cave of the heart. We know why it is a cave. Because it has lot of similarities with the cave. Frightening. Antakarana is frightening. Dark, full of bats of doubt. Stalactites and stalagmites of raga dvesha. All these are there. That's why it is like a cave where you don't recognize the presence of something quickly. But here you recognize why. Tat pratyaya avabhasa. Pratyaya is cognition. So that which lights up everything visheshena specifically. Visheshena upalabhyamanam asti iti evam vijaniyat. So therefore you have to know Brahma asti iti. So now we will go through the 7 reasons. Okay? Yeah. So this one will be useful, I think. So the first reason is Akashadi Karanam. And if you are looking for it in the Bhashya online, it will be on page 280 top. Akashadi Karanatvat. Point number 79. Akashadi Karanatvat Brahma. What is that? Because yasya karanam, that which is the cause of something, that means if the effect is there, the cause must be there. So even supposing, let's say a baby is born and tragically the parents are killed or something in an accident, but still the parents' existence was there. So the baby cannot just drop out of the sky. So that means here the baby in the form of the Jagat is there. That means what? Brahman is there. That is the first hetu. Then after that, there is a lot of discussions about so many things because that happened so many time ago. So then after that, the second reason is because it is recognized in the buddhi. Tadevam idam akashadikar karanam karyam srishtva tad anupravishtam antarguhayam buddhau. How drashtru, seer, hearer, mantru, vigyatru, ityevam vishesha vat upalabhyate. So the second reason is it is available in the buddhi. Then third reason is because sarva nama rupa atmakatvena chetana achetana atmakatvena cha avabhasamanat cha. So why this anupravesha is the third one. Why? Because this Brahman has taken every form, so that means it is there. It is that which is the form of which is formed, which is unformed, formless. It has become everything, and then so therefore it must be there. What was that? That was number 3? Okay, something is missing here. Let me see. Let me go back. So, That was number 3. Where is the 4th one? Chaturtha hetu. Yeah, it was hiding somewhere. All right. Brahma sadbhave chaturtha hetu sukrit prasiddhehe. Sukritam, because this world is intelligently created. Sukritam. Tasmat tat sukritam uchyata iti. Yadvai tat sukritam. Okay? Because it is well done. No, not according to me. The world is terrible. So many wars, so many these things. Thankfully, it's not just according to you. Because that is pratibhasika. That is a subjective reality. Objectively, when the scales of ajnanam and the scales of anyatha jnanam are gone, then it shines as existent alone. Sukrit prasiddhehe. This is the 4th this thing. Then we got into this section. Raso vaisaha rasaguhyevayam labdhva nandi bhavati. So this Atma is juicy. Means that is the only juice. Yeah. It's like if you eat gulab jamun without the juice, you'll feel like spitting it out. Everything is in the juice. Correct? Yeah. So the Atma is raso vaisaha. Rasaguhyevayam labdhva. Having gained this, what happens? One becomes a bull. Nandi bhavati. No. Anandi bhavati. There is a A hidden there. Okay. Alright. Anandi bhavati. So that is the 5th reason. And the 6th reason is the one we have seen recently. The whole assemblage and the indweller reason. An assemblage like this body mind sense complex is not made for anything for itself. Nobody makes, the bird does not build the nest for itself. What is it for? Eggs, babies. Similarly, you don't build a house. Somebody says, I've built a house. Oh, wonderful. When is the house warming? No, I'm not going to stay there. Oh, you're renting it out. No. Oh, you're giving it to your children or somebody, your friend. No. What are you going to do with it? It's just like that I have made it. Nobody says that. There is a purpose. There is a purpose. So similarly here, this assemblage, and again we are not looking at so many other assemblages, we are looking at this particular assemblage in which the I indwells. So this assemblage is not for the sake of anything else, but it's for pararthyam, means for the sake of something else other than itself. So there, what is that thing for which this assemblage is? The answer is Brahman. Okay? And so, see, I have to give the answer also. And the answer is Brahman. So therefore, Brahman must be there. Otherwise, why does it need a house? It must be existent. 6th reason. Finally, then the 7th reason, it is bhaya hetutvat. It is both bhaya hetu that we'll see next week. It is bhaya hetu means it is the cause of fear. For those who don't know, it is the cause of fear. Ayo, Brahman here is Ishvara. Namaste Rudra Manyava Uto Taishave Namaha. Namaste to your anger. Oh, you look very angry. Oh, Rudra. Rudra means Sarvan Rodayati, the one who makes everyone cry. Oh, what a cruel Bhagavan. No, it has another meaning also. What's the other meaning? Rudanam Dravayati. Takes a hanky and wipes off the tears also. Same Bhagavan. And then, oh, you look ferocious. Your bow and arrow are directed towards me. This one over here has been very bad. Go to this one. Lot of bad karma I see coming for this one. No, but it's directed against me. Bhaya hetu. The Sri Rudram recognizes this. Beautiful. And then for the Vidwan, what is it? Abhaya hetu means the cause of no fear. Knowing this Brahman, knowing myself as Brahman, knowing this Brahman as myself without any second, there is no cause, another cause of fear. Khichdi awaits. Om Purnavadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. Namaskar. Nice to see everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. Take care. Om Om.